Hi friends, welcome to Oracle Apex tutorials. In this tutorial we will learn we have in the previous sessions we have already completed creating meeting rooms and creating room facilities. Uh, this is our application. This is the application we are using for demo purpose. So we have seen that how to create the meeting rooms, and also we have seen that how to create the facilities for the meeting room. Okay, so now in this tutorial we will learn how we can map these facilities for particular rooms. Okay, so what are the possible options for linking facilities with the room? Okay, so while creating the room, so currently we are displaying meeting room information like room name, capacity, and where is the location. So in the same form we can list all the facilities available in the setting. Okay, we can list all the facilities, and when user click create, it will create the room and it will link those selected facilities for that room. Okay, so in the update also it will be same. Okay, I already have a demo page here, so I will show that, then we will have clear picture. Okay, so this is the application already completed. Okay, so here we can see during creating a room, so the page will appear like this. Okay, so till here we already have our form ready. So we have room name, capacity, and location. Now we need to bring this page item or this form item for displaying all the facilities. From where these facilities are coming? These facilities are displaying from room facilities in the setup. Okay, and they are dynamic. So if I add new facilities, automatically it will display here, so that we can able to link for the meeting rooms. Okay, so there is two possibilities in the database design side. So we can keep another column facilities in the same table, and we can make it as a club or varchar type. Okay, so and we can store id of each facilities as a colon separated type. Okay, but the better practice is we can create another table. We can call it as rooms and facilities mapping, and we can just store the room id and facility id, so it will be one to many relationship. Okay, so let me create the table first. Let me check whether we have table or not. Okay, we have only facilities table, so the mapping table is not there. Okay, this is my table script. So as I already told, we have my table name is room underscore facility mappings, room id and facility id. These are the two columns, and here room id I make it as a primary key, or no no, here room id it will be a foreign key from rooms table, and facility id also it is a foreign key from that table. So we can add another column that is for primary key reference. Okay, so let me create this one, or we can directly create the table using the UI. Okay, so let me create the table quickly. So you can also use this option, then just click on table, so that it will go to the table creation window. So I will mark it as a primary key, then I need room id, So I will make it as a not null and I want facility ID, and this also number, and this is also not null. Okay, then if we if we want to capture like created by, updated by, those details we can add, but I'm just keeping those details here. Okay, so click on create. Okay, now we have a table available. Okay, in the page level here in the meeting rooms, in page number 5, so we can display here. Before that, in the form I will add the new page item. Just click on the quick edit. So either we can maybe I want to add that below location, so I will just select this, or I can directly click open the page and click on this edit page 6. Okay, so here what I will do, I will just right click and create new page item. I will name it as facilities. I want it as a checkbox so that user can able to select multiple checkboxes. So there is a available option is we have a checkbox and checkbox group. When to we use checkbox and when to use checkbox group. If there is a single clickable like single item, we need to click check. For example, assume that there is something like agreement, user agreement, so there will be description and user want to click agree. So in that case we can use this. In our case we can use the checkbox group. So once I selected the checkbox group, so here we can notice it is turned into red color, and also here it is giving yellow color warning. So that means, so for this checkbox group we need to provide the drop down values or available options. So what are the possible ways we can provide? We can either use the shade component, or we can use the SQL query. We can provide in static values. Static values, it is like hard coded thing, so we can add it is static, so it will not be dynamic. So we can go with SQL query because we need to list all the facilities available in the facilities table. Okay, so here our query will be something like this. I already have a query, so I will take the query from this application. Okay, so it is a simple SQL query. Column names are little bit different from that application, so it is giving the error. I have just modified the query. Okay, so here in the checkbox group we need to provide two columns, one for display purpose and one for storing in the backend. So if we are storing same facility name in the database also, then we can use that, but that is not a best practice. Always try to use the ID while referencing something like this. Okay, so this query is let me save this query. just click save and run, or we can just save and refresh the page. Okay, so now we can notice it is displaying all the facilities available from the facilities table. Okay, I will open this also in new window. Okay, we have 4 facilities and it is displaying all 4 facilities. Okay, now the next step is, so user can select multiple options: projector, Wi-Fi, air conditioner, smart board. So anything they can select to link for the room. Okay, so now we need to, when user hit this create button, so we need to save the details and header level details and child level these details. Okay, so for that we need to write another insert statement and update statement. Okay, so in this application I have created stored procedures, so that I am just passing the variables. Okay, but here I think we are not using that method. So we are using automatic DML process. Okay, this way also we can use. So what I will do, I will just create a process here. So for beginners, you guys can follow this process. Once we are familiar with this process, we can try to use the manual process in a more professional way. Okay, here we need to write our insert statement. You can also use ChatGPT help. Okay, so here I will explain one more thing. Okay, so here as this is a multiple checkbox, so once user is checked the checkbox, so the value is stored as a comma separated or colon separated way. So we can just inspect the element and we can see the colon separated values there. Okay, so if it is a single select checkbox, so then it will be only an ID will be there. so we can directly use the page item. But in this case, so we cannot use directly reference page item, that is colon facilities. So we need to apply some logic here, some loop kind of thing, so that we can go just get each ID of the selected things. Okay, so before that, so I will we can just check the ID of these things. Okay, so here this code I will run manually to understand this. Okay, this apex underscore string, this is a package, and under that package we have a function split. Okay, so here we can see if we pass a string and if we pass the separator, so it will give the values in table format. So let me run this code to understand it better. Okay, so here we can notice, so here I have just defined it as a table type. Then after that I am looping through each items. This code we can use and we can just complete our process. So here I will use, so instead of this hard coded value I will just map the page item. Which one? Facilities. Just type F or it will automatically come, then just use the keyword colon. Then here in our case it will be colon separated. Okay, it will go through the loop, and instead of dbms print we need to insert. So here ID I am not using because by default it will automatically add the sequence, so automatically it will generate some unique ID. So we need to just insert this room ID and facility ID. Okay, room ID, facility ID, and in the values, what is our room ID, from where it will come? So that is the primary key ID of the header level form. So let me check, I think ID, yeah. So we have room ID, this is the page item. Then facility ID, from where we can get the facility ID? So from this loop I dot we can use the facilities. So here as this page item we are returning ID, so it will not contain, even though we selected name here. Okay, in the backend it will return the ID of projector, Wi-Fi, air conditioner. Okay, so here we can directly use result of I. Okay, you can directly use this so that it will take the ID of that one.